Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel. Awesome guys, today's video all about signs. I've had a few requests in the past for signs and somehow it's sort of slipped my mind. You know, we're getting old. So yes, today's video I want to just catch up a bit and make a nice video on how to make signs, what is available, and yeah, how to just customize them to your liking and do all kinds of funny things with them, you know. So what's actually happened is that reminded me about the signs is one of you guys from YouTube, I'm not going to mention names, but he sent me a photo of or a just a picture of a sign and asked how to make a sign like that, you know. So yeah, I'm going to actually show you how to customize a sign and how to get something to look like that. It's actually very easy, guys. It's not nothing crazy difficult, you know. So yeah, that's our goal, is to get something like that. But first of all, I just want to first say, if this is your first time, a warm welcome to you. And yeah, just hit the subscribe right now as I'm talking, and just hit the bell and also the notifications and all those things, and also the like if you like my content. I appreciate that very much, guys. You will notice that obviously my monetization has started, and so yeah, if there is any problems with it, please do contact me and let me know. I really appreciate that very much. And yeah, for the rest of it, it's a small way that you can support me. Just let the adverts play or just skip them as they come along. Doesn't really matter to me. Don't think it will make any difference. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. All right, guys. So yeah, here is some signs. I've specifically chose this little corner shop because there's a lot of stuff happening here around it, you know. So the first of all, I want to show you that these signs, we are on the Alpine map, as you can see. It's my test map. Yeah, I'm in my test map here on top. You can see that I've just copied or exported from the Alpine map, and with this map I do all my various funny things and videos and whatever, you know. So the billboards, if you go into your Farming Simulator 22 directory and you go into data, maps, textures, shared, props, and then billboards, you get all the billboards and a comfy nice little i3D that you can just copy this whole directory, the billboard directory, into your map folder, and then import the i3D, and you will have all the signs. If I can open this for you quick, you'll have all the major signs. Well, actually billboards, not the signs, guys. It's not the road signs and all that. It's all the billboards. If you want to put billboards up, like for instance, here's a whole list of them. You see, yeah, start with a big one. I'm just going to bring it forward so you can see it, you know. So that's the big one, and then you've got all the tiny smaller ones, and they range in size from big to small, and different shapes and sizes. 2 by 1, for instance, is that. And they are quite handy because they are nice little billboards to put up. So that's a tip there for you. And if you want to modify any of these, very simple and easy. You take the decal on it. That is the 64 by 1 billboard. So if you take the decal and you make a note here on the Altibo map under your material editing, you'll see there it is. Its name is add 64 times 104 diffuse.png. So you take that file. If you're now in the billboard, it's the 64, add 64, there it is, diffuse. Remember in the editor, most of the time the DDSs are called PNGs, so don't try and look for the PNG because you won't find it, you know. So it's add 64 times 1 underscore 04, so it's this one here, diffuse. That's the one there. So you just open this in your favorite editor, and to give you an idea, what I normally do is I take my brush, set my brush nice and big, like so, and then choose a color for a background. I want to go make it nice and lime green, and there you go. And now you can put text on it and go crazy. Whatever you want to do in any editor, you can now go. I'm going to put, let's put, what will go nice with green? I suppose, no, yellow won't work. Red probably. Red probably be alright for now. And then you can type names there for streets or whatever. Let's just type here Border Road. And you can choose a font, obviously, and move it about and do whatever you want. And now you can already see where I'm going with this. If you go back to my picture, that already is very close already, you know, to get there. So instead of a green border, you'll just make a white border and type the text in there and put a line on top. There is ways to make a line. I think you go here to the shapes. If you go into shapes here, yeah, you can do lots of stuff. There's styles, brush width, line. You've got a pencil. Oh, here's lines here. Sorry, I didn't see it. There's a line and brush width. You can play around and make that sign exactly the same, you know. So just to give you an idea. So now you can, I'm just going to save this, obviously, because, oh, sorry. I don't want to change anything on my default game. So you copy this folder into your map and then you can modify it like crazy. Because it's only 15 meg big, guys. So it's a tiny little file, 15 meg for all the billboards, you know. And now, obviously, we need for our, I've now closed that picture. We need a poll for it. So if we now go into our, let me just close this emails of mine. You don't want to fiddle around my emails. If you now see, we need a poll for it. So the only other thing we need for a sign is a poll. So let's go. Oh, and the other thing, guys, one important thing about any billboard or any sign that you put up, it needs a backing as well. You need two sides of it, because if you just do the one side, you're going to see it's going to have a see-through on the other side. You can see straight through it. It becomes invisible from the back, you know. So if you take this thing, for instance, if I now go to the back of it, it's not there. If I go there, it's there, you know. So you need a backing for it too. So if you check the backing, there will be the same sign. So you just put the same sign, painted grey, and just put it in reverse. So you'll turn this around, you know, like so, but it will be grey. So the one side will be the sign and the other side will be the backing. In this case, you'll have both sides white, the same thing. So you just flip it 180 around and there you have it. You have your road sign, you know. But anyways, I'm going to show you now how to do it anyways, just to have more fun with it, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I've actually got the directory there, so it doesn't matter. We don't need that. So I can just close this without saving. And let's get back to our map. Right. So we need a pole, guys. So it is as easy as fiddling around looking for a pole. And what I've noticed is there's a fence here. And now what I normally do is I'll just grab a fence pole. So I click on the fence so I can get here. And there's a pole. Press F. And there is a pole. That's a pole that we have. Alright, so what we want to do now is take that pole and duplicate it. Control D, Control X, just get it out of the transform, drop it right, go right to the bottom, and then just right click, control, or just click where there's nothing here at the bottom and press Control and V, and it'll paste it right at the bottom of your tree on its own. So now it's out of the top section, and I can collapse all, and there it is, nice and easy. So we've got our pole. So we're going to take our pole, plant it here, Control B, and there you go. We've got a pole. So now if you want to put a different sign with that has two poles, like these normal road signs, you just duplicate it and move it about, and then obviously you'll have two poles, you know. And now you can put your sign up here. But now first of all we want to get one of those billboards in. So I'm going to go back to the billboard. Actually going to take that, copy it, Control C, and I'm going to move into my map, paste it into my map. Test map is the one I'm using currently. Map Alpine, placeables, and I'm going to create here a new folder called signs. So otherwise I'll get confused, you know. It's easy to get confused. New folder, and I'm just going to call this textures. Yeah, let's just call it textures, like so, and then paste it in here, and there it is. So now what I can do now is open this up, and now I can modify it. And then what we're going to do is obviously first make it white. Let's go for white. Select primary, it will be white there at the bottom. Go up to my brush, there it is, make it bigger. Right, and then what I like to do is create a new layer, just to work not on the main layer but on the next one. Grab our text, and what is this thing? It is Mungala Road, so it is black, big black thin text. So that is basically what we've got working here. Big black text, Mungala Road. Did I now see correctly? It's Mungala, yeah, just to be sure. Okay, Mungala, I don't know what it means, but it sounds like it's an Australian map, so obviously it will be some Aboriginal or some kind of a local name, you know. I'm not sure what it means or what it is, but let's go there, about that size text. And now I just want to get I've now clicked off my thing. Just going to find something that sort of looks like that. I don't want to waste too much time on this, guys, because it's obvious things, you know, for you to just do. Find something that's close to that type of text. Yeah, I think that one there, this one here, or maybe that one there, but that's a bit too condensed. Let's try this one here. So let's go for Mungala. Oh, and I must obviously change my font, my primary color back to black, otherwise no, that's not Gala Road. Oh, that must be caps, I suppose. Caps. Just to give you an idea, guys, that's basically all it is. I'll make this a little bit bigger, and that's going to be too big. And then let's go for 130. Let's see where it gets us. Oh, not 1320, just 130. It's a bit too big still. Maybe 125, 115. Let's try that. That's probably the best we're gonna get. And let's find something thinner. Go right to the top and work our way down. You see the problem with the condensed things. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Right, so it's 135, 140. Yeah, I think that will be. That looks great, man. Mungala Road. So like so. And now just a funny way of getting that line. So I'm not too sure how to do the lines. Style will be solid color. Or how do I do brush width? 300. That's going to be way too big. Let's just go 15 for now and see how big that is. Just want to see the picture again. It's gray. Okay, so we need a gray color there for the line. Okay, not black. So we want a type of a gray. And then obviously open that. How do you get gray more? And here we go, opacity. I just suppose something like that, you know. Yeah, I suppose that's good. Oh, you can do this. That is interesting. I didn't know that. Control Z. If you hold shift normally, it should just want to control Z again. So how do I just make it bigger? Is it alt or shift? It's supposed to be shift, but no. Anyways, I just want to pull it a bit longer. I know, I didn't know that it can wiggle it that way. That's quite interesting, guys. We live and learn, I always say, eh? We live and learn, guys. We live and learn. Great. Control C on that. Control V, paste. No, that was wrong. Control Z to bring it back. Control Z. Control Z. Paste. Finish. Alright, so that one there. So now we want to select the... Why can't I select my line now? Anyways, let's just grab another line. Do the same with that one. Oh, you must just escape first and then drag another line again. Still got the primary there. Somewhere around there. I think that is roughly straight. And then let's just move that up a bit. I think that looks great, guys. And now we want to put that 2 little dots in there. Just grab a circle here. And then I think a 15 will probably be alright. It's little nails, or it looks like little nails or something, or rivets of some kind, you know. So, yeah, at the end of the day, guys, I think that Mungala RD, I've missed that. Oh my gosh. But you get my drift, guys. So now, in all fairness, that's a sign that looks great, you know. So now I'm going to file and just save this. All right. Just have it there, textures, and we're going to change now. Instead of PDN, we're going to change this to DDS. And all your textures, I'm just going to leave this in my map, save it there. We want to replace it, yes. And then DXT1, super sampling, mid maps, everything like that, just leave it there and flatten it because we want one image. And there you go, guys. And now I can close it up. And what we need to do now, actually for this sign that we are making, I just want to have one pole. And then what we're going to do now is add that sign on its own as an i3D. So we need an i3D for that sign. So what we're going to do is go into the sign, sorry, not in the sign, in what do you call it, in Giant's editor on its own. First create an i3D. So we just want to open the editor all by itself. I hope you guys are having a nice drink, your favorite drink, coffee or tea or a beer or whatever you like. All right, here we go. And now we're going to go file. We just want to save. It's just going to say file, save as. Go into test maps or signs, placeables. No, placeables, signs, textures. No, not textures. We just want to call this. Let's call this. I'm going to create a folder here. Just call it road. No, caps is on. Sorry, guys. Road signs. All right. And then I'll just call this a Mungala, just like that, and save it. All right, guys. So we've saved that. The next thing you want to do is go back into your FS22 directory. Just grab any of the billboards. Where was it now? It was data, maps, and then textures, shared, and it was props, and then billboards, and then grab the i3D of the billboard. Go OK. Voop, 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 voop. We're gonna just, this is the easiest way, guys, than to try and make your own materials and all kinds of stuff. It's the easiest way. So what I'm gonna just do quickly, just grab any of them signs. Which one did we took? We took the big one. So let's leave the big one. So we're gonna select the rest. Just delete them out of the i3D. And remember, we're working now with our in-game one. So the safest way for you to do is rather copy this billboard folder out into your desktop and work from there. I'm just taking a chance now. I can always fix my game. It doesn't really matter. So here's the billboard. And now we want to take the decal, Control X, copy the decal, and then click here, Control V, click in the white space, and then just go Control V, so it will take the decal out of the actual billboard. Then we can delete the billboard, leave the little camera, and now all we're going to do is going to go File, Export Selection with Files. Have we got it selected? Let me just select it. Yes. File, Export Selection with Files. Go back to our map. Get back into the mods folder. Where's mods folder? There's my map. Into our signs directory, placeables, signs, and I'm going to go road signs and just call this a Mungala, because the sign is Mungala. So we're going to save that like that, and when it says do you want to keep the directory structure, you just say no to all that questions. All right, so go no and go no, and now it will export the whole thing into your map, and then close. I'm not going to save because I don't want to mess up my in-game thing. I'm just going to say no. Right, so now we've exported that whole billboard, and now we can what have I got here now? Oh, I've just been playing around in the back with thing here. I just click no. Alright, so back into our map. Here we go. Mods, test map, maps, map alpine, and then placeables, signs, and then road signs. And now we should have the Mungala sign. There it is, the whole thing shared. And there's our default normal file. That's our normal file. It's our bump map, bump file, and there is the sign for it. If you open this now, you'll see it's the original one. So all we're going to do now is, I shouldn't have closed that. We want to take that original, and then we go into that folder, just one back, into the textures, grab this one that we've made. We can open it up, double click it, and then just grab the selection tool, or you don't even have to do anything. You can just go Control and C, it will copy the whole thing, Control and V on top of that, and there it is, all done. And now all you do is save, like so, leave all the settings. It's perceptual, mid-map, super sampling, and DXT1 on top, and say okay, that's the formula. Alright, so there you are. So once you've got that now, you can close that other one. So this is now our original, and if you now look at the sign, road signs, and open that original, it should be the white one, like that. And like I said now, guys, remember there must be a forward and a front and a back side. So let's open the i3D and see what it looks like in the editor. Well, it should be there now. Mungala Road. There we have it. We have now our own sign, looking all nice and neat. And now we have an i3D that we can import into the map, or we can export that pole and bring it in here, which will probably be the correct thing to do. But what I like to do is the following. Because you want to be in a real world environment with a plane. You can, I can show you the other way as well. Let's do it the other way. Let's now export this pole. I did take it out of its thing. So go File, Export Selection with File. Just make sure I'm still there. Road signs. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to create a new folder, because if you've got lots of signs that you want to make, you're going to want to have a pole available for the other signs as well. So I'm just going to call it pole, and then say pole here. Actually be sign pole. Sign. Will it be post or pole? I'm not sure, guys. Let's just call it post. Sign post. Suppose it's all right like that. Do you want to get? No. Go get nothing for it. So put the whole thing out there. All right. So now I can actually just delete this because we finished with it. back into our sign. Now we have. So I'm going to show you the way outside of the out of the map. So we're going to work only with the sign. All right. So we go back into the road sign, and we open it up again, the i3D on its own. I just want to see. There it is. Okay, it should come up now. All right. Looking good. And we're going to go file import. Import. Signpost. Signpost. Yes, that's the one we want. Right. And we're going to say, I'm going to take this camera, move it to the top. All right. And there you go. So we've got our signpost. And we want to 0 it, obviously. Otherwise, it won't be showing up here. There it is. It should now be there. Control Z. All right. And now what we want to do now, remember this sign is massive. It's 64 by 1. So just want to go, let's close that one. Material editing I can leave open. Just want to see scale. All right. So what we want to do now is bring this down, way down to something much tinier than oh, not that. I want the height to go down. So what we're going to have to zoom in now to get closer. There you go. Move it up the pole, down to the side, something like that. We'll get to the nitty-gritties just now. Now you can see that it's still way too crazy for this pole, so I'm gonna go a little bit smaller, something like that, and now move closer again. And it's best is to try different angles, and then obviously our way this side is still wrong. We want to move into the pole almost. So if you go over it and then push it to the center, that it's almost in the center of the pole, yeah, that's perfect. And then pull it back out. That should be all right. And just have it until you can watch the little green line here. If the green line shows you are on the edge. All right, so there you go. And then just move it up. I think that's going to look beautiful. Mungala Road. I'm still not happy with the height of it, so you can bring it down a little bit more like that. Move it up. I think that is very, very nice. All right, so there we have it, guys. So all you do now is grab the whole thing, file, export selection with files. Actually, we've opened the road sign, so we can just save it, guys. Just save. We don't have to export anything. Where's my console window? Scene file saved. All right, so it is saved. So we can close up, and now we have an actual sign, guys. There it is, the Mungala Road sign, and we can now. Have we imported that? We've imported that. I'm thinking now, the pole is for next use. We've imported that. We've saved it. So that should all be fine now, guys. And there is our road sign all sorted out, looking nice. So if I now import that into my map, say I wanted to use this now, signs, road signs, Mungala. Grab it in. Obviously, I'll place it in my map folder. Oh, one thing I forgot, guys. I can immediately see the problem. We don't want it that way. So let's just go back to the road sign. Open it on its own. Remember to, I always forget, create a new transform and chuck everything that's in your tree into the new transform, guys. I'll show you now, because otherwise you end up with that problem. So we're going to create a new transform, and then call the new transform Mungala again, just like so. And then grab all of this, Control X, drop it in there, Control V, And there it is. Alright, so now we can save it. All saved up, close up, back in the map, file import, Mungala. Oh, the other thing, guys, which I forgot again, we can't import it now. Obviously, we need to do that. Is the backing. You need to take the backing, flip it 180, and put it on its own. If you had a single sign like a big billboard, and you can see the back, and you want the sign on the back, good. But if you don't have a back, like, you need to put a gray backing. So instead of painting or writing on that big thing, you just paint it all gray and put it in reverse. All right, so we're going to go there, press F, come in close. You see now, there's nothing there. So it's a bit tricky. So the back of it. So we're going to go Control D to duplicate it. And then all we're going to do on this rotate, I think it's the X or the Y, I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's the Y. You're going to change the Y to 0. Let's have a look. Yes. So change the Y to 0. You start flipping it and change the Y to 0 and just move that again back in place. And what you'll do now, you're going to have to do it this way, this side again. Oh, this thing of mine is very sensitive. So let me just go to 1 here at the nav speed. With your plus and minus on the keypad, you can set your zoom and your speed, your maneuver speed. So I'm just going to maneuver that into spot. So you need to have it in the middle again. Just close, guys, because it doesn't really matter. You won't see this one from the other side. You'll only see it from this side. So now it's still aligned with the same thing. There you go. So what I'll suggest is first make the one side until you're 100% happy with it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to have to modify both afterwards, or delete the one and replace it with the other one, that type of thing. Because you now have two signs, one on this side and one on that side. And now, one thing I can see now, a problem is the dots is now on the wrong side. But that's all right. You catch my drift. You're going to have to make one with dots on that side. You can't duplicate it. And that, guys, is how easy it is to make a road sign like that. And then, obviously, if you wanted a big sign, you can just go to your heart's content and create your own big sign. And go crazy, guys. Make the world is your oyster, So don't let anything stop you. Great, man, guys. I hope it's been insightful and helpful. And like I say, if you want to use the in-game ones, you can go to that directory, or you can just export any of the signs on the in-game maps. If you want road signs like this, you can just go there, and I've just selected one of them. And you'll see now immediately it opens the whole tree of signs, and there's all the signs in the whole Failsprint thing. So if you take this sign transform and export that whole sign thing into your map, you have all the signs in there, or you can obviously do them one by one, because there's going to be obviously a lot of duplicates in it, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you want all the signs in your map, if you enjoy these signs, you can do it with any map. If you like the American map, yeah, go for those ones. Yeah, that's the way to go for it. Just export it into your map and use it from there. And with these, if you're going to use them as they are, like the road signs, you don't have to have the whole thing in your map. You just export the just the i3D alone. So you're going to go File, Export Selection with Files, choose your map, and give it a name like so. Click Save, and then when it asks you, you say yes to both questions, and that way, I've actually messed up now. That way, you will have the whole thing in your just the i3D in your map with the shapes file, and the whole thing will stay in the actual in-game map, where it saves you a lot of space. Not that these sign things are taking a lot of space, but yeah, you want to keep your map as small as possible. Well, anyway, guys, I hope it's been helpful, and I hope it's been insightful. And thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and to share my channel with your friends and family and other game lovers. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Cheers.